So by far the most entertaining thing to happen in the MMA world this weekend was UFC star Bryce Mitchell going after Ben Shapiro for his ongoing feud with Candace Owens. I think the more people that highlight the hypocrisy from this conservative mouthpiece, the better we all will be. Let's have a little listen to see what Bryce Mitchell said about Ben Shapiro.
I tell you right now, fuck you, Ben Shapiro. I'll beat your ass. And look, if you mess with Candace Owens, I promise you, if you lay one little greasy finger on Candace Owens, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to roll up on you, shirts off. I'm going to have the twins with me. We're going to beat your ass because you mess with Candace Owens. We're going to be looking shirts off, me in the middle. We're going to look like a 6-foot-tall Oreo coming at you, buddy. We're going to stomp your ass to the ground. Don't you mess with Candy, baby. I'm telling you right now, I don't like Ben Shapiro. I'll say it to his face. Bring him on the show. Because he wants Christian people in this country that he already steals their tax dollars off of. He's part of this corrupted government. He's a piece of shit just like the rest of them. He wants us to go die to bomb Muslim kids for his Jewish people because he's too scared to do it. How come Ben Shapiro, since he's all about this war, how come he don't sign up for the army? Because he's a bitch.
And that's a fact.
So there you have it, Bryce Mitchell doing what he does, going after the likes of Ben Shapiro, spotting that this guy is not part of the solution, he's actually part of the problem. Believe it or not, Ben Shapiro is the top of the food chain when it comes to constructive, conservative media. And good old Ben Shapiro has made hundreds of millions of dollars off the fact that he tells people that he is the voice of Americans. He's a patriotic America First type creator. And whilst it does help that we have UFC stars calling him out for this type of hypocrisy, we all realize that it's fake.
It's a made-up tale.
We all know the truth about Ben Shapiro and many people within the United States government that posture themselves as right-wing conservatives and patriotic to the flag. But really, it's a tiny little country in the Middle East that most of these conservative influencers and politicians are really loyal to.
That's gross.
And it's really easy to root out all these scumbags, the politicians, the influencers, the people that have YouTube channels that can gain 60,000 live viewers a night, people that are over on Rumble getting almost 100,000 viewers a day as conservative content creators. It's real easy to root them out. They'll be the people that will push back against the scandemic. They'll push back against the LGBTQ mafia. They'll push back against the climate scam. They'll even push back against the idea of American tax dollars being sent to Ukraine. They'll push back against Russia and China. But there's one country that they will never push back on. They will never speak about it in a derogatory way. And that's how you root out the likes of these influencers and politicians. And Ben Shapiro is top of the food chain when it comes to these guys. You'll hear the regurgitation on every live stream of our tax dollars shouldn't be sent to fund foreign wars, whilst 20 billion has been sent to Israel to attack and bomb their neighboring country, and these guys say nothing.
Hey, that's fucked up.
Ben Shapiro, Alex Jones, Steven Crowder, and the majority of the Congress themselves. So why is a UFC star like Bryce Mitchell going after him? Because of the hypocrisy. People like Ben portray themselves as like this bastion of free speech. But when one of his employees goes against his foreign policy or goes against that small little country in the Middle East, well, they get bounced out of his organization. And that is exactly what happened to Candace Owens. And that is exactly why Bryce Mitchell has taken offense to Ben Shapiro. But not only that, he's telling the truth when it comes to sending our children to go and fight foreign wars. It's not okay when it's Russia, it's not okay when it's Ukraine, according to right-wing conservative influencers, but it's totally okay when it comes to Israel. They are our greatest ally and we must protect them at all costs. Otherwise, the ADL will come and ban you and you will never be allowed to speak on the internet again. Just like Candace Owens. Christ is King was uttered, and that was the final straw for people like Ben Shapiro and Roseanne Barr and the majority of the right-wing movement. You can see these people getting rooted out left, right and centre. Tommy Robinson, Steven Crowder, Alex Jones, all these people that are proponents of free speech, unless it's about a small little country in the Middle East. Outspoken voices like Sean Strickland, Bryce Mitchell are invaluable in this time of war that we are in. We need people to call out what we perceived for so many years to be our side. It ain't. They ain't on our side. Absolutely not. And I just love the fact that these UFC stars have built the platform and have been allowed to build a platform by the likes of Dana White, where they can openly voice their opinion about the shadiness that's actually happening in the world right now. And you love to see it. As I said, Bryce Mitchell calling out the hypocrisy of Ben Shapiro was the highlight of my MMA weekend. Let me know your thoughts down below if any of this made sense, and maybe hit like, subscribe and share. Cheers.